Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to share a story, and for a while I wasn't sure if it would be like worth making a whole video about, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to. So I have talked about this topic on my channel before, and I feel like it's good to share more examples of moments, of experiences that make me feel disabled. And there was an experience that happened last year, about like a year ago at this point, maybe even a year ago, and I just want to talk about that because as a disabled person, I don't think about my disabilities that often. Like, I don't wake up thinking, oh my goodness, like I only can use one hand. Like, I don't think about that, but there are moments and experiences where it will remind me that I'm disabled. And one of those times was last year when I actually went to the circus game, which is why I'm wearing a circus sock right now. I thought, why not? So yeah, as you know, I love basketball. I love playing basketball and I love watching basketball, and I am a circus fan. I love watching the NBA, and last year we got tickets to the game. My mom, my dad, my brother, we all went to the circus game, and it was like the most amazing. Like, I was so excited. I couldn't wait. And overall, I will say, before I like talk about like what happened, overall it was amazing. Like, watching basketball, the circus one, like it was amazing. And just like having that experience, since it was like before that, it was like 2017 since I went to a circus game, so it's been a long time, so I was so excited. And yeah, so overall it was a great experience, but I want to talk about something that happened actually before the game that just like reminded me that I am disabled, that I have challenges, and something that I have to think about because I have cerebral palsy and just my other disabilities that other people don't. So before we went to the game, so it was a 7:30 game, and we had to figure out what we were going to do for dinner, what we were going to have for food, and we decided to get food there since they have like places to eat right where the game is. And one thing that happened was I wanted to go somewhere else than where my parents, my brother wanted to go to, so I was so much in that moment that I could have just like went and got my food, but I couldn't because I only can carry, like I only have one hand to carry the food and my drink, and I really needed to have someone help me, so I needed to wait for like my mom or someone could help me. So that just like reminded me like, oh, I can't go, you know, somewhere different and just like get my food that anyone else could do. They don't have to think about that. And also another thing that I experienced was like I felt like overwhelmed just because there was a lot of people. It's a big environment, and it was actually the first, like I would say, like big like event, I don't know, a circus game, whatever, event, but just like a big thing where I was like around a lot of people since I would say the pandemic, the first time in a long time. So I think that played a factor as well, you know, having a visual impairment and making sure, you know, I don't bump into things, I don't bump into people. That was really overwhelming, and sometimes I honestly think it would be beneficial if I had like a cane just to remind people that, you know, I do have like vision loss. You know, people can't tell I have a visual impairment, but also like thinking about bringing a cane, like I don't know, I just like there's so much to think about. But yeah, I was like overwhelmed, and I just remember, you know, having to wait because I have to like rely on someone to help me. It was one of those moments where it's just like I wish I could, you know, use two hands, and I didn't need help. And also like we was like our seats were like way up high, like we didn't have like close seats. We were like the last row, like pretty much. We were as far away as you could possibly be and so be in the building. We were way up high, so that means I had to walk up a lot of stairs. And you know, I can walk upstairs fine, it's not like a big deal, but like in, you know, that environment where there's so many people, it can be hard, especially since I prefer walking up the left side, and that's the opposite of how the world works. Everyone walks up the right side, but you know, I just have better balance on the right left side. And also the stairs were like so narrow, like it was like there was not much room. So I remember when I got my food, like I think I did try to like hold my food or my drink, but like I couldn't do that and walk up the same time. I was like, I'm about to drop something or fall down or both. Like honestly, I'm about to fall down and drop my food, and that wouldn't be good. So I remember like my mom helping me, and it was just like, you know, that moment just didn't make me like feel the best. And I also, no, I didn't miss like the game, but I missed what happened before like the game started, which I really wanted to like see, but like it's okay. We got there, we got to our seats. But another thing was when I got to my seat, I also needed help because there's not really a place to put your drink. Like, I don't know, I feel like I went to the Celtics game, like the best seats I got for a Celtics game, I want to say they had places to either like set your food down or put like your drink somewhere, but I could be like making that all up. I don't know. I only had that experience once, but I know like going to Select, they have a place to put like your drink, and that helps me so much. And especially like speaking of like movie theaters, that's another thing where not every movie theater has a place to set your food down. They do have like obviously a place to put like your drink, but yeah, whenever a movie theater has a place to put your food down, I'm just like so happy because it just makes my life a little easier. But anyway, going back to the game, there wasn't really a place to put like your drink or anything, so I remember even eating my food was challenging, and there was just like not that much room, and it was just like so close together that honestly, looking back, I do wish we ate before we went to the game. And that's probably the best thing, like personally for me, to make like my life easier, is probably to either eat before we go to the game or get there early enough, which we cannot do, to eat like where the food is, because I believe there are places to like sit down, but we can get there early enough that we would be able to eat our food before the game. But yeah, that was just like a moment for me that just reminded me I'm disabled and I have these challenges most people don't have to think about, but I do. And I still had like amazing time. It was just that small moment, but like the rest of the game was amazing, and I actually did vlog it. I have a vlog on my channel if you want to go watch it. I will link it in the description box and at the end of the video. And I feel like because it was like the first time we went to a game in like forever, like it's been so long. But yeah, I just feel like that was one of those moments where I did feel alone. I felt like no one understood like, my challenges, even though my family is the best. I just feel like some things, unless you have the same challenges, you won't understand. And it's just one of those things that I just felt in that moment, really disabled. I know this was just like a quick little story, but I thought I would share. It's definitely not going to discourage me from going to any Celtics games. I would so love to go to more Celtics games, but I feel like now that I have experienced that, I can find things that I can do differently that would make it easier for me. And I feel like, eating just like in public, like is hard in general, because I truly need a place to set my food down, like a table or something. If I don't, it's gonna be challenging no matter what, because I can't just like eat and walk at the same time necessarily. Like, people can like hold something in one hand and then eat in the other, and I'm just like, no, that is literally impossible for me to do. So it can be challenging no matter where I'm at, what I'm doing. But yeah, I thought I would just share that story, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, turn on post notifications, follow me on social media, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Have an amazing day. Bye.